Finally, we have the Publish section. In the previous Apps section, you named your product and linked it to your products in iTunes Connect. But these were only shells. In the Publish section, you actually physically define where the issue lives and the cover that will appear within your app. You start by clicking on the Publish section and choosing the correct title or collection in the top left. You can then click on Create a New Issue. Start by giving this a unique issue name, such as October 2014. Type in the description of your issue. Now, this should be different from your app description because the app description describes your app, while this is the description of this single issue. If you are using Remote Reader or AveReader, you can just leave this blank. Depending on the app template you choose, some app templates actually show the description of the issue under the cover or in a description section. Select your issue type. This is where it is important to choose the same issue type as you defined it in Titles, and then chose again in the App section. The issue number and headline are not really used, so it is not mandatory for you to put in that information. For uploads, you need to pick a thumbnail of the issue, which is usually the cover. The issue preview could be a sample page from the issue. The content screenshots are used only in certain app templates, and the issue summary could be the TOC from the issue. To find out the sizes you need to make these images, click on the question mark to the right. For release information, you need to provide a release date. Make this date prior to today's date so that you can test your issue and so that Apple has something to review. Once the app is accepted into the App Store, you can push this date into the future before you actually release your app to the public. The issue availability end date is the last day you want this issue to be available in your app. For example, you may only have the licensing on images for 2 years, and after that date, you can no longer sell this issue. In that case, you could define an issue availability end date. Otherwise, don't enter anything here. For test issue, you cannot uncheck test issue until you buy your licenses and also until you've actually defined the URL of the ZAVE. Once you have defined your URL for your ZAVE and saved it, you can come back here and uncheck test so that you will be able to see your issue within your app. AVE Files is where you specify the URL of your ZAVE file. If your ZAVE files aren't ready, you can check I will specify my ZAVE file later. If they are ready, uncheck I will specify my ZAVE file later and choose the Add or Replace button. First, select your manifest or ZAVEM file. Next, you can paste in the URL of your ZAVE file. Now you can choose Validate and click Save when you're done defining the Publish section.